Here's a quick tip on helping you line up your putts. Get a black pen and draw a line right on your golf ball. By the way, this is legal. You can do this. Now I'm going to bend down, and I've read this putt. It's inside left. So when I set my ball down, I will aim the black line just inside the left edge. Now when I address the ball, I have a line on my putter. Set that down. Now the only thing I have to worry about is the distance. Remember, use the black line on your golf ball. It'll help you in speed and make some putts.
This is a touch and feel drill. Now I've set up 3 balls right here in a row, and what I'm going to do is set up, get nice and comfortable, and I'm going to realize that as I swing the putter back, I'm going to take a little longer stroke. That first putt was about 2 to 4. This is just going to be a little bit longer. Our tendency is to take a long backstroke and stop at impact, or try and hit the ball harder to make it go farther. What I'm trying to do is take a short backstroke and a long follow through. We're going to call that 2 to 4, 3 to 6, 4 to 8.
Here's a quick tip for golf course management. When I played the tour, I would take my yardage book, and as I was going around the golf course, I'd make a note about every tee box. This tee box here, as you can see, we've yellowed out with some rope. Notice that it aims dead right into the right trees. So when you're playing your golf course, walk up to the tee and see where it aims. You might have to stand on the right side of the tee to utilize the whole fairway. Remember, check where the tee box aims. I'm sure sometime in your golf career you have hit a shank, and if you don't know, you hit it right here in the neck, and it is the worst feeling. Just go and buy a 2x4. Go to the driving range and set it up just like I've done here. Set your ball as close as possible to the board, set up, and just go ahead and take some swings. I promise you, if you practice with this board, you won't shank anymore.
This is a quick tip to help you with your swing playing. Remember, the golf swing is an arc. So what we've done here is set up a tee about 1.5 feet behind my ball and another tee about 1.5 feet in front of my ball. So all I'm going to try and do is take a swing, try to hit that tee on my backswing, and follow through down that tee on the follow through. Let's see if it works. Remember, this is a good tip for your swing playing.
Do what the pros do when we go to the driving range. We take a stick and we lie it down on the grass at our target line. So I have an 8-iron in my hand. I start right here and I work all the way back to the end. Then when I'm done with this club, I change clubs, go to a 5-iron. Then I change my target line. Move this over, a little bit different angle, do the exact same thing. I start from the front, work all the way to the back. Go to the driving range with a purpose. We have another stroke saver for you. When I played the tour, I would go to the putting green, I'd lay 2 clubs down. I had the tendency, especially under pressure, to take the putter head back on the inside. So by laying these 2 clubs down, it allowed me to practice taking the putter head straight back and straight through on the line that I've picked. Now I've used the black line on my golf ball, set up, straight back, straight through. Now, I didn't lay a club down when I was playing a tournament because I was so nervous, but I'd use the flagpole. So I set my putter right up against the rod and just run it along here, and I'd keep doing that until it was my turn to putt, so that when I addressed the ball, I just knocked it in. But it took hours of practice. Go to your putting green and work on these drills. Not hitting the ball straight, you might want to check the angle of your club head. We've laid down 2 clubs perpendicular. We call this the 4-corner drill. So what we're going to do is set up with my club head at the end of this club on the ground. We're going to take the club back, and the shaft in our hand should be parallel with the shaft on the ground. Now as I walk to the next position, I'm keeping my hands very stationary, putting the club down, and now you can see that the club face is square. If you have a tendency to take the club back closed, and you go to that next position, lay down the club head is closed. If you have a tendency to open the club face, as you go to the next corner and set the club down, it's going to be open. So the real secret to this drill is taking your club back correctly. Again, the shaft is parallel with the shaft on the ground, and your club face is square. If you keep your hand stationary, walk to the next corner, now you have a square club face. Remember, golf is a target game, so work on your alignment. Another quick tip is what we call the broken chicken wing. So what you're going to do is get a head cover, put it underneath your left armpit. Now it's really important in the golf swing to keep that connection. A tendency I see in a lot of my students, broken chicken wing. So when the elbow goes flying, the head cover is going to hit the ground. So when you make this swing, try to keep that connection with that head cover right underneath your left armpit. Little practice makes permanent. When you're watching golf on television, you'll see the pros go up to the edge of the cup, and what they're looking for is the broken edge. And what I mean by that is, if you can see the broken edge on this cup, that is telling them where the grain is growing on this green. Now, this broken edge means the grain is growing away from that edge, going this direction. So that if you're putting from here up to the hole, you'll be fighting the grain all the way up. The putt will be slow. If your ball is up here and you're putting down to the hole, that means the putt is going to be fast, going down towards the hole. So make sure that when you're putting the putt, walk up to the cup and just check to see where the broken edge is.
This is a simple drill for your putting stroke. If you have a tendency to hit some putts long and then you play the next hole and your putts come up short, this is a perfect drill for you. I've laid down 2 clubs on the ground in opposite positions. The tendency that I see with most of my students is they take the putter back really, really far, and then after they hit the ball, they stop. So this is a good drill to teach you that short to long stroke that you want to have in your putting. Short, hit that club head going back, follow through and touch the other club head. So the whole idea of the drill is to go short to long. And make sure when you do this drill that you're touching the club head on the backstroke and the club head on the follow through. Putting is really considered an art form, so practice this drill.